I'm Richard McClure with World Beat. Welcome. Today with me on the show we have Clayton Robinson, buzz in the industry right now in mixed martial arts, I'd have to say, because I don't really follow the sport that much. I'm going to let him tell you more about it because I'm not that great at understanding what all it is. All I know is I saw that movie one time called, don't tell me, The Warrior. Loved that show. Made me cry, even though halfway through it, some of the acting, I was like, I don't know, but it wasn't so bad. So
it was a pretty good movie.
Pretty good movie.
Is
that your life? Or are you just like that? Broken home, dad?
I mean, not exactly like that, but yeah. But I mean, yeah, just train the same way that they were doing, where they constantly go in there, training all day, every day. That's pretty much exactly what I do.
So I've heard you've had 2 fights recently. Tell us about your most recent 2 fights.
My recent fight, I had a title shot with 24/7, which I won that one. So I own title for the organization 24/7.
Very nice.
And then the fight after that, before that, I'm sorry, was under Legacy. It was on Access TV. It was on national television. I had a hard battle with a guy on there. Went all 3 rounds. Just ended up coming up on top and won that.
I heard this guy was huge. Like, he was massive, muscular.
He was a massive man. Like, he was probably twice my size. Strong.
Kind of like a story of David and Goliath, huh?
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Right. Well, we'll come back to some of that later, but tell me how you got started in this. How did you get interested in it?
I wrestled growing up and everything, so after wrestling's over with, there's not anything else to do, so I just kind of go to work, school, and then I decided I want to keep going with something, so I started doing MMA. Just was going to do a couple fights, say I did it, just to get in there and try something different. I ended up falling in love with it and been doing it for 5 years now.
Wow. That's a long time. So explain to the person who doesn't know what mixed martial arts is.
Mixed martial arts is a mixture of different martial arts, fighting aspects, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, MMA, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, combining everything together.
I think I had some Muay Thai the other day. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's food, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a food, yeah. And what is Muay Thai?
Muay Thai is it's kind of like kickboxing, but they do it more in Thailand. There's more elbows and knees.
So you're the kind of guy we don't want to meet in a dark alley or something.
Not really, but I'm not much of a fighter outside of the ring.
Okay, but you'd use it if you had to.
If I had to, I definitely can.
So tell me a little bit about like this last fight. How do you usually prepare for that?
I never know when I'm going to have a fight come up. Like the past 2 fights I just told you about, it was 2-week notices. So I just train every day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day, 5 days a week.
So these last 2 fights that you've done, what did you do to prepare for them? What would I do if I were you on a daily thing? What's my schedule like?
For those 2 fights, I got up. I'd get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, go for a run. Then I'd go back to sleep, so I get some more sleep. I ended up waking up.
I vote on that one.
Yeah.
I played the lava game where you're in your bed and the floor is made of lava, so you can't get out.
Yeah. What do you think? Everybody's got to play that game once in a while. Then I'd end up getting up, eating some more, and then I'd end up going to practice at noon and do jiu-jitsu or boxing. Sometimes I meet up some other fighters, and we just drill different things, go live, doing the whole MMA, jiu-jitsu, boxing, everything with it, wrestling. And then I'd come home and then relax for a little bit till I get ready and then go back to practice that night. And
well, you talked about how, I think we asked this earlier, that you didn't start off thinking that you were going to be in this, but you do a lot of training in martial arts, and I heard you've got some different coaches. We'll talk about that in a second, but could anybody do this?
Yeah, anybody can do it. Just if you put your heart to it and dedication to come in the gym and constantly do it, anybody can learn it.
I mean, it would have to be somewhat strong. That one guy was massive that you fought.
Well, I wasn't strong very much. I was pretty weak whenever I started everything, and more I went to practice, more I did training for this.
Do you change your diet? You eat less fats? And
Biggest thing is I changed the diet up, not eat as bad food. I ended up make sure I have enough carbs in my intake, enough protein, keep everything balanced.
Take like vitamins, supplements, things like that?
Yeah, I take vitamins. A major supplement I took is Vitality.
Does that make you...
The Vitality helped me out a lot with muscle fatigue and everything. It kept my energy level up.
So if I take it, I could become a fighter like you, right?
With some training, and much training as I do.
Well, let's go back to the training then. So if I wanted to lose some weight and work out a little bit, take supplements and train a lot, then I could become a fighter as well if I wanted to. Not that I would ever do this, but I'm just saying for other people out there. How often do you train?
I train probably like 3 times a day, 6 days a week, as much as I can without my body overdoing it.
Because I know that I run sometimes 30 minutes a day with my wife, and I can't recover for like a day or two. That's kind of how I am. I don't think this is for me, but for other people though. Tell me a little bit more about the training, the specific training though. Like, I know you do weight training though, but because it's mixed martial arts, there's other forms that you train in. What do you do in that area?
Each form has a different style to it. So I got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is a lot of more submissions, chokes, holds that get yourself on their back, get them from you being off your back, fighting them. And then there's also wrestling to help you take them down to get to the ground and keep your position. There's also boxing and kickboxing and Muay Thai that you combine, which is just punches, strikes, elbows. So you've got to go in there. You start standing up, so you've got to train that. So every day I train stand up, boxing and everything, throwing elbows into kicks, and then I have to add the wrestling, throwing kicks, punches, then wrestling to take them down. Then from there, I've already got them on the ground. Now I got to do some jiu-jitsu. Each day I'll end up practicing a little bit of each one, and then a couple times throughout the week, 3 to 4 times, I'll put them all together.
When do you sleep? Oh yeah, after your runs.
Yeah, after I run between workouts, pretty much.
All right. How long had you been wrestling before you started learning about the mixed martial arts?
I wrestled for 9 years.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it is definitely a long time.
9 years, even throughout middle school and high school?
Yeah, throughout a little bit of
when I was little, my next door neighbor and I got into some kind of a scuffle, and my brother said, we're going to settle this, and he built a little staked off area on the front lawn and said, go at it. Go at it, yeah. I don't remember what happened, but someone cried, and it probably wasn't me. No, but I mean, when you were little, stuff like that, brothers and sisters?
All my buddies, we'd end up wrestling around. Brother and sister, we'd end up just always wrestling around, fighting. Just got into it because, one, my parents put me into sports, and we did multiple different sports, and then I hit wrestling, and I just fell in love with it right then.
So it was your favorite? Better than football, better than whatever else? Sweet. And there's a lot of injuries now in football. I'm hearing that they're doing studies about concussion and stuff like that. Does that worry you about injuries in wrestling as well?
There's injuries in anything you do. As long as you aware of all your body, how it's reacting.
Did you get to wear like a cup or something, or any padding?
We wear a cup in MMA. That's about it.
That's good.
And some gloves that have about 6 ounces
of padding around the knuckles.
Around knuckles, a little bit on top.
Oh, okay, so that helps with the hit. You're allowed to strike and everything,
Yeah, there's knees, elbows. There's no padding on those.
Your face looks good. You just block all that really well, or
as much as I can.
A lot of bobbing
and weaving.
Bobbing and weaving. Speaking of that, we talked about this earlier, and I hear that the man that's in your life that's helping you train in boxing has a bit of a history behind him. Tell me a little bit about that.
His name's Paulie Ayala.
Paulie Ayala?
Yes, he's a 2-time world champion.
Very nice.
I try to train with him. I have to drive 45 minutes to go out there. We train probably 2 days a week. One I'll do private with him, one-on-one, and then as a team we go out there.
When you say you go out there, where is that you're going?
I'm sorry, from Dallas, Texas, out to Fort Worth.
Oh wow, okay. And now, where do you train on a normal basis? What gym are you at now?
I'm out of Octagon MMA.
Octagon
Dallas,
MMA.
Texas.
And so they train other people for martial arts as well?
Yes, we have about 20 fighters, And we also have, total in the gym, we have about 200 students.
If I went into that gym, would they laugh at me? Would they look
Oh,
at
not
me?
at all. We have people people that just want to work out, people that just want to learn jiu-jitsu, and there's people that want to do MMA.
Gotcha. No, just curious because I might get a wild. I'm 45 now. I don't see that happening, but it's a possibility. For other people.
Oh, there's tons of people that are like 50 doing jiu-jitsu.
What is the age range for MMA?
MMA-wise, there's people from 17 doing it. We have some guys that come in there that are like 35, 40. Just they've already fought before. They're just in there staying in shape. Some just want to do it just to be a part of it.
Just want to see if they can be part of it. What do you get out of this? What's your main?
Just a personal accomplishment, like that I can do it. I want to know that I can do it. Prove that to everybody else that I'm one of the top ones out there.
I got two more questions. One is very personal, and one is more fun. Which one would you want first?
Let's do the personal first and go land it fun.
Our personal first is you told me that you have a girlfriend.
Yes, I do.
What does she think of you fighting?
She loves it, but then during the fight, she's a mess. She's nervous. Covering her eyes
She
all
goes
the
to
time.
everyone?
Yes.
Everyone. Very nice. And the other one is just, what is the worst thing you've ever seen? The worst injury, perhaps, that you've ever seen in person, you being out there?
Seen? Well, I've been through both. I mean, I've been knocked out and I've had my arm dislocated.
They pop it right back in?
My arm ended up just popping out and then popped right back in.
Painful?
Didn't feel it at first. Next day I felt it.
Next day you felt it just ballooned up?
Yeah, and luckily nothing major happened. Just stretched it out a lot, a lot of ligaments.
All right, well, Clayton, thank you for talking with us today, and I appreciate you coming out here. Good luck on your next fight, and if there's anything I can do for you, don't call me for training, but show me one move real quick. Try.
One move real quick?
Yeah. How would you get out of? Would it be me getting out of something? Yeah. Let's say if someone came behind me.